A few kilometers from Homa Bay town stands one of the most formidable names in education in the country. This is the Asumbi Girls High School. School. Started on 19th March 1936 by the Franciscan Missionary Sisters of St. Joseph, the Asumbi Girls High School has risen to be one of the most outstanding learning centers in the Republic of Kenya. It is where education goes beyond book learning and values are inculcated into the minds of brilliant girls.
The principal of Asumbi Girls National School. I reported to Asumbi Girls in September 2017. That means I'm 3 years old.
Arm of administration actually involves organizing, controlling, and supervision. And what I do majorly is to assist in running of the school programs. And I work hand in hand with the principal in doing this.
Teaching mathematics business. Above all, I'm in charge of the boarding. And the boarding consists of 3 sections. We have the health and sanitation. We have the food and nutrition. Then we have the accommodation part of it.
The BOM chair is important in coordinating most of the activities together with the principal of the institution, chair board meetings, and connect the school with the community and the entire region.
This is now my 3rd year serving under the capacity as the chair or the representative of parents.
I'm the senior master in charge of mathematics and computer.
Chair of English and Literature and the head of department, English and Library Department.
As an academic office, I work with some other people. I don't work alone in that office. Work with the director of studies. We also have the exam office. And in that office, we really focus on the academics of the students because that is the main reason why the students are here.
The US office, Director of Studies office, is actually a coordinating office. I coordinate all academic activities in the school, ranging from exams, work coverage, syllabuses, students' affairs. I also do NEC registration of students for Kenya national exams. And also I do career guidance.
The head of Humanities Department, Asumbi Girls High School. Humanities Department comprises of 3 subjects, that is History and Government, CRE, of course that is the only religious studies subject that we do, and Geography.
Teacher of Home Science. I'm also teacher in charge of health of students at Asumbi Girls. I am a class teacher, between 4, and also CU patron. I'm also a member of guidance and counseling.
The patron drama Asumbi Girls, but I also teach English and literature in this school. I have been in this school since 2014, and I have seen drama as a club grow.
The chaplain, I just ensure that religious activities in this school are taken care of. Like we want to make sure that students pray because we believe that with prayer we shall overcome. This school is basically a prayerful community, and that's why we enhance spirituality, making sure that students pray, staff members pray. So we have prayers in the morning, we have prayers in the afternoon, and even evening.
You are the one representing the interest of all the parents in this great school. In terms of the development, you are their eye. In terms of financial management, of course, apart from the ministry, the school, the parents are also another financier of the school. So I represent their interests in the school.
Under the able leadership of Mrs. Lynette Pino Sati, Asumbi Girls is making huge strides towards becoming a place where learning is cherished by its students and its teachers more than happy to guide the learners.
I think I'm the one person who has served this school oldest, having been in this school for the past 18 years. And the staff has not been static, it has been changing time and time again. But what I can say about the staff that we are having currently, it is a staff that is made of young and very energetic teachers who are willing to go the extra mile.
The programs run as they should and give the support systems that assist the program. That is, in terms of the timetable, it has to be placed to give all of us direction so that from the teachers, the students, and the workers, there is coordination in each and everything that we are doing, and that our language is one based on the school timetable.
Currently, I have 24 lessons, and it's actually a difficult task. So it means waking up very early, sometimes at 4:30, so that I can cover part of my lessons, because sometimes the day is too busy. So it means working extra, and sometimes after supper, I have to reschedule some classes so that I don't remain in the syllabus coverage.
In Asumbi, this year we have 1,680 students whom we assist, and they are all based in their different classes, which have 8 streams in Form 4 and then 7 from Form 1 to 3. And I enjoy working with the students because they are our major clients, teaching them, advising them, giving them direction. Once in a while, listening to them adds a lot of knowledge to me.
To advantage also as the students who come here with very good marks. So we do the follow-up once the students come here and they are not performing as expected. Then we do the follow-up. We really find out what is making them not to perform in their academics. So once the students don't do well, we also involve their parents. So we also we ask their parents to come, and so that we discuss together to make sure that the students do as expected of them.
At least every term, like term 1 and term 2, we normally have academic days. So I actually coordinated the calendar and all the activities that happen on that day. I also do mentorship of students. We mentor students in different careers. So we normally start that work in Form 2. Like last time, we actually had a career day for Form 2s. And also for Form 4s, I normally start their mentorship a bit early when it comes to university applications. Like now the process is going on. I guide them on which career they can take, depending on their ability and the financial background.
For a deputy, you will realize that our duties are both in the teaching, both in the management. And so my responsibility spreads from the classroom to the office, to the teaching staff, to the support staff, to the visitors who come, to the parents. It's actually quite broad, but I narrow it with the assistance of so many other committees that I have.
You have to make sure that the teachers go to class at the right time. they cover the syllabus as expected, and also to make sure that the students are also do the right thing that is expected of them.
The dormitory system at the school is able to house the more than 1,600 students comfortably, thus reducing congestion. One of the dorms has been fondly named the Linet Dormitory in honor of Mrs. Sati.
On the boarding side, we accommodate 1,694 students approximately, and we have 23 dormitories. Each has various capacities.
We wake up in the morning at around 4:30 to wake these girls to go for dance. First they take bath, then they go for dance at around 4:30. Then after that, when they come from classes, they go for breakfast. Then after breakfast, they do their manual work every day. So after they are working, we go around to check whether they have worked well every morning. And after they have gone to class at around 6, now ourselves we walk around to see the cleanliness, the spreading of the bed.
We do accommodate the students as per classes. It means that the Form 1s have their own dormitory, the Form 2s are in their own dorm, Form 3 and the Form 4s. Normally this helps in curbing out discipline cases that we've always encountered, and we've discovered that has really minimized a lot of indiscipline cases.
One long time ago, we were not having the gate pass. These girls were disturbing us, going around all the time. Some were moving from class to another. So after they have gone for classes, they only come after 4:15 to the boarding section. That one maintenance not step because when they come this side, they take things from the wireline for other girls. Another thing, we have made some changes, like we have built some 3 dormitories.
And we thank our principal because she's even enabled to add more dormitories there.
Of a capacity of about 100 students. And in my absence, that dormitory was named the Linet Dome, and I like it.
That has even reduced the congestion that we really had some times back.
And we have made the drillages where when these girls are washing in the mini, we can not having muddy water everywhere. Water runs through those drillages.
We are trying so much so that every student is well accommodated in such a way that every student has their own bedding, and there are prefects in charge of those areas. We also have 2 matrons in the boarding section who assist in the cleanliness of that environment. And actually, when you maybe walked in that boarding site, you saw a signboard of keep the environment green. We ensure that that place is always fresh, clean, and healthy enough for all our students at all times.
The school's kitchen feeds the entire fraternity and has its own well-equipped bakery where bread, buns and mandazis are made. Apart from feeding the school, the sale of pastries from the bakery also provides income for the school.
I renovated and also made our bakery.
Kitambo tulikuwa nayo kidogo, lakini ikikuja madam akaingia, unajua madam ametusaidia sana, akajenga ikakuwa upya sasa.
Food and nutrition is like the heart of the school, and everything revolves around the kitchen, and therefore we have various sub-departments. We have the main kitchen that serves the students. In that main kitchen we have 11 workers. We have the head cook.
Mimi ni msimamizi wa kitchen, main kitchen, na kitchen ya walimu, na bakery.
This is a program that was introduced in the school so that we are able to produce our own bread, mandazis,
loaves, and their buns from the bakery. And that helps the school save quite a lot. So the bakery is well furnished with good, nice buildings, hygienic, tiled.
Bakery ni ya shule, na bakery inatusaidia na buns, na mandazi, na bread. Na hizi breads wasichana wanakula kwa wiki mara 2 kwa wiki moja.
It also acts as a way of income generating activity for the school.
Pia wafanyakazi pia saa zingine wanapata mandazi kidogo kidogo kama saa 4 hivi kila wanapoanza kazi.
We are always able to pay some of our workers from their income.
Tangu walete mashini, vitu zinaenda haraka. Tena mkitaka kitu inakuja mbio. Pan ya chapati pia alileta. Iko hapo. So tunatengeneza chapati, buns pia mashini iko ya kuroll, unga, unaona. Mandazi pia tuna roll kwa mashini.
School canteen we only sell things that are produced from our bakery.
Madam ametusaidia sana. Ametuletea vitu mingi kwa shule, na uniform. Sasa tunapatia mawaida endelee na hiyo miono yake.
The school farm is the food basket of the institution. It is also where agriculture students go to learn the subject. Some of the farm produce, such as vegetables, are used to supplement food provisions in the school as opposed to buying from external suppliers. The farm has enabled the school to serve one of the government's Big Four agenda of food security.
We are producing our own vegetables and maize to supplement what the school buys. And this one is to ensure that we are always secure in terms of food production.
The Asumbi Girls High School, we have a farm measuring approximately 4 acres, both inside the compound and outside. We majorly grow vegetables, bananas, and we also rear farm animals like pigs. We have dairy cows, goats, chicken.
Here at the industry, dairy industry, we have some few workers here to help us do 1 or 2. And again, they work in different sections. Like here, we have the dairy industry where we have some few workers, and then there are people working in the field, and then those who are entitled to bring the feeds from the farm. Now, at the same time, you'll find that the cows that we have here, the milk they provide is used in school, but cannot serve the school because of the population.
The vegetables, nowadays we don't purchase from the market. We produce them ourselves. The students consume them directly, but although we don't sell, but now we don't purchase them. So nowadays we do irrigation during the dry season, and we have enough for the students' consumption.
Sometimes maybe we come here for practical when we are teaching animal breeds. We come to show the students how the number of breeds that we have here, and again how the zero grazing unit is structured looks like. So you look at this structure, it's a pure zero grazing unit. We have water point there. We have the feeding trough on this side, and then on this side where we milk, and at least the animals sleep on the other side.
Tunapanda skuma na watermelon na tunaenda banana, napier grass.
The manure we collect from here, we take it to the farm, and it's used also in making our crops to look healthy and beautiful when we are practicing organic farming. So it really helps. It boosts our vegetables. You look at the vegetables in the field, they are very healthy at the same time.
We use our manure. We don't buy from the shop. We usually make our own manure from the farm, like the dry leaves.
Asubuhi tukiingia, tunachuna mboga. Tukishamaliza kuchuna mboga, tunaanza kupalilia.
You come to realize that even the people who are employed here, they are very generous. They do a lot of work, but they have never complained.
Mboga yenye tunatoa hapa tunatosha walimu na wafunzi na wafanyakazi. Mrenda, managu, banana.
When students are hungry, they cannot concentrate. When teachers are hungry, when they're not well taken care of, they cannot concentrate. Remember that every human activity depends on whatever they take.
We are promoting the President's Big Four agenda for food security.
Our kitchen is very busy. Our diet is quite good. We provide chapatis for the students on Monday's lunch. We do omena on Thursdays. We do vegetable and beef on most of the days within the week. And we also have githeri. And we also ensure that our students are having fruits.
We have really tried to embrace the agriculture sector. We realize that look at our farms. For the last 2 years, we have never bought vegetables from outside. And that's the practice of agriculture. We have really embraced it.
We serve very sumptuous dishes. And we not only look at the food production, but we also look at its quality and quantity.
And agriculture being one of the big four agenda in this place, we can only request the administration that we put more emphasis on the dairy industry and in our farms, and we'll never go hungry again.
We receive students who are terminally ill, some students who are on drugs, and we have to take care of them through our kitchen. So we provide them, we support them, and this one we do in consortium with the boarding, students' welfare, and also with the health department.
This human skeleton used in biology lessons belonged to one of the pioneer principals, as explained by Daisy. The school dispensary is also well equipped and staffed to handle sick cases.
Today I'm going to present to you the human skeleton. So the human skeleton first is called the endoskeleton, and it is divided into two parts. That is the axial and the appendicular skeleton. So on the axial skeleton we have the cranium, that is it covers the brain. So the cranium, it protects the brain. Then from the cranium we have the cervical vertebrae, and the first cervical vertebrae is called the atlas, which articulates at the bottom with the occipital condyles of the brain. Then from there we have the axis which articulates with the atlas, then the 5 other cervical vertebrae. Then from there we have the thoracic vertebrae, which articulates with the ribs. So from the front, the ribs articulate with the sternum, and at the back it articulates with the thoracic, with the thoracic vertebrae. Then from the thoracic vertebrae we have the lumbar vertebrae, which has its own characteristics. Then from the lumbar vertebrae we go to the sacrum. The sacrum articulates with the pelvic girdle, that's in the appendicular. Then from the sacrum we have the caudal, which is the human tail. It's known to be vestigial. Then from there we go to the appendicular skeleton. So in the appendicular skeleton, the first one we have is the pelvic girdle. So the pelvic girdle articulates with the sacrum at the top. It has its own features. It is made up of 3 bones. We have the ilium, the ischium, and the pubis. Then we have the acetabulum in the pelvic girdle, which articulates with the pectoral girdle from the base. So it articulates with the head of the femur at the acetabulum. Then from there we have the femur, and from the femur it articulates with the tibia and fibula with a small bone called the patella. Then from the tibia and fibula we have the leg bones. The leg bones we have the tarsals, the metatarsals, and the phalanges. That is at the bottom. Then at the top we also have the pectoral girdles in the hand. We have the humerus. The humerus has a ball-like head which articulates with the glenoid cavity of the scapula. Then from the humerus we go to the 2 bones of the arm. We have the radius at the top and the ulna at the bottom. The ulna has a main striking feature, which is the olecranon process that prevents overstretching of the arm. Then at the wrist or at the hands, the fingers, we have the carpals, the metacarpals, and the phalanges. So this is the only endoskeleton found in Kenya, and the news we get from it is that it was donated by Sister Asla, who gave the bone to be used in the Asumbi Girls Laboratory School. So if you can look at the sternum, we get that it's kind of discolored. So the information we get from that is that she suffered cancer, which I hope most of you undergo the same, but it will be okay. And if you smoke, it can also bring the issue of the sternum or the lungs having the same problem. So watch out on that. And it's the only skeleton, endoskeleton found in Kenya, real life skeleton. So you can come by and see for proof, but I'm telling you the truth. And I hope we can learn more from this. Thank you.
I have also put up what I call the dispensary. In that dispensary, we have a bed capacity of 10 beds, so that when our students are are taking medication, or when they are sick, they have a place where they can relax. I don't want to call it admission, but they can also be admitted there.
A nurse by profession. I currently am working in Asumbi Girls High School at Asumbi Girls Medical Clinic.
I also employed a qualified nurse who is taking care of our students, and therefore she can only refer them out when there is need.
We have 2 nurses, 1 clinical officer, and a matron dispensary. Above all, we also have a teacher who is in charge of health, Madam Rose.
I am like a link between the nurse, the students, and the administration.
We encourage the students to prevent the cases. We don't mainly deal with the curative aspect, but we provide health education so that we can avoid more cases. Furthermore, we also have got the curative services, whereby when the student is sick, we take the OBS and diagnose the necessary illnesses.
Her main role is to receive student patients, and then they will definitely tell her their problems. She does the assessments, and then dispenses medicine. But now in a case where she's not able maybe to assist the students, maybe because of other logistics, we always refer the girls to Mission Hospital, and I have to be notified or be told, and then I relay the same to the administration.
Normally, we are advised not to stay with the patient until she becomes seriously ill. So we take a minimum or approximately 3 to 5 days. After that, we refer them to the nearby hospital or Christa Marian Hospital, or we call the parents to come and pick the kids. But for the other staffs, once they're treated and there is no improvement, we refer them to Asumbi Mission Hospital.
In a case where the mission hospitals are again not able to handle the students, we relay the message to the parents through the administration.
So when a patient comes, we first take the OBS, whereby we have got the temperature, the blood pressure. We also have got our stethoscope to diagnose the various diseases. So after taking the observation, we have got an examination room, whereby we can examine the patient after plucking them. And then we also have got some investigations that we do. For example, the RDT kit, where we test for malaria, and many other illnesses. So after we've diagnosed the patient, we have got also the pharmacy where we give the drugs, and we also have got our wards, which have a capacity of 10 beds. There was no clinic, we just had a sick bay. But since January 2019, our facility was registered and licensed, so we report at Rangwe Sub-County monthly.
Mrs. Sati also says the school infrastructure has also been developed through the building of a perimeter wall and putting in place these interlocking blocks on the pavements. This has enabled the creation of a child-friendly school.
I've also managed to change the pathway, and now we have what we call cabros, and I intend to have cabros everywhere in the school, so that as our students walk around, as our teachers walk around, we are not walking on mud, we are not walking on soil. Creating a child-friendly school, and that has always been
my advice to the students and to make the students also feel comfortable. That's something key that I've learned from our principal, that when this program was taught to us, I'm now trying to see it, in fact, work physically now, because our lawns, our paths have been made better, our terrain. Like we have one of our students who is physically challenged, but through these cabros that we are now even stepping on, this is part of making our school child-friendly. Her wheelchair will now not break so much, and just making children generally to know a school is also another home away from home.
Sports is a vibrant culture at the school, with students participating at different levels in disciplines such as swimming, volleyball, netball, football, basketball, racket games, and hockey.
The one that I'm very proud about is the wall round there, the playing ground. That's a major development. I love it. I love the way the grounds look with that wall.
As a member of the community, this is one of the schools we look up to. One of the most important things to note is the current developments in the school. For example, we can start with the fencing, the wall, perimeter wall that was done recently. That one is something that we cannot take for granted. As in now, this is a girls' school. Secondly, it's a national school. So it's quite important to ensure that our girls are safe.
Nowadays, we have a perimeter wall, we have changes, we have lighting system everywhere. And the teachers are also, in fact, they are so smart.
Asumbi Girls High School is the bedrock of games activities. We do participate in soccer, both under 19 and under 16, volleyball, netball, basketball, hockey, and racket games.
I am also a coach. I'm a games master. I coach table tennis, and I also coach badminton, and I also coach hockey.
We also do participate in swimming up to national level, that is in 2 years running. We've also participated in rugby, also up to the international competition in 2017 at Kasarani.
The best game that the school has ever participated in is the basketball. Maybe the basketball this year reached the regionals. We also have the hockey, which we reached the East African.
This year, I remember I presented some girls for table tennis and lawn tennis for the regional games, although we didn't manage to go to the nationals. And I also remember that as a coach for hockey, our highest moment was when we presented our hockey team for the East Africa Games, which were held in Burundi in the year 2012.
Our training always begins at 4:30 to 6 every day, from Monday to Friday. Weekends, on Saturday, we do come to the field half a day, from 9 all the way to 1.
So managing the students is usually, it's not hectic, it's usually fine, because from 4:15 we always have the games time. We always give them 15 minutes for their changing, and by 4:30, by the time I return to the pitch, I find all of them there.
We've produced talents, we've produced students and even players for other clubs. We have Susan Okech, who used to be our hockey captain, who played for a bank in Nairobi. We also have got a certain student by the name Wendy of Neptune 4 in 2017, who joined Strathmore, courtesy of her excellent performance in basketball.
I have my senior in Form 4. She's called Edna Juliet. I also have the various captains for each team. Like for basketball, we have Hamisi. For handball, we have Clara. For football, we have Lillian. For rackets, we have Goretti. For the hockey, we have Joan. who took over from Form 4.
Our students are really active, they have talents, and with the help of the coaches, we are going for nothing other than the nationals. Maybe to give you the history of the teams that we have, this year, all our games reached county levels, with the exception of basketball that managed to go to the regionals. We also have got swimming that we took one student up to the nationals that was held in Baraki Stadium in Mombasa.
I just encourage the entire students to participate in games, because once you participate in games, it helps you psychologically and physically. You'll find that you'll be physically fit at the same time in class, because by the time you come from the pitch, your mindset is already clear. So once you go there, clean yourself, get to class, you find that the classwork will find a fresh mind where it can stay for long.
Games is very good, as they say that make Jack not to play and he will be a dull boy. I would also like to say that games has enabled most of our students to be active in class, as after games they go take shower and then they sit in class, they'll be relaxed, and that is also reflected on their performance.
Physical exercise helps in sharpening your brain and when you're in class, while when you move here and then you go back to class, you'll be concentrated in class and you'll have a sharp brain. And physical exercise also helps you stay fit and you will be in a good body shape. Physical exercise is important to the students. It helps your body be fit, it helps you reduce fat in your body, and you'll also be able, even when you come for physical exercise, you'll be able to concentrate in class. So physical exercise, it helps in a lot of things. You exercise your body, now you won't be tired. When you go back to class, you are active in class.
Sporting activities pay. You check at rich people in the society, the likes of Mariga, the likes of Oliech. They were never good very good in classwork, but because of their talent, the skills, and even the athletes that we have coming from Rift Valley and even Kisii region and even those other regions, they are acting out a living out of the talent, out of the sporting activities. I would like to say that we should not take it for granted that when you participate in games activities, then you may not make a good living. I just want to say, let's all be active, and if possible, let's try to participate in games. It is exercise, and exercise is also good for your body.
The school's exam system has been transformed over the years in order to bring out the best in the students, as explained by the teachers. A well-organized student leadership is always in place to handle student affairs and create a good relationship between the administration and the student community.
Performance of the school is also wonderful. We are happy with the school. It's one of our dream schools within the community. So you find most parents, as when you talk to the girls within the community, when teachers are teaching, at least they have a school to look up to. They talk to their girls that you work hard, the school is just near here. So it's something that we are happy about.
Initially, the cycle system was working for us, but then this time round, especially in second term, we thought of trying another method, that is, we have the continuous assessment test. So where we have a program for the exam. Initially, where we had the cycle, we used to have exams throughout the term. So there was no schedule for the exam time, because the exams would be done at the course of teaching. So teaching is done especially during the day, then in the evening, we used to have exams.
2013, I joined the office as the secretary to the exam office. And we used to have a system, an exam system called the cycle system. But over time, we've always thought that it was serving us well until we went out to see what other schools are doing. So we realized that the exam system that we had was majorly comfortable with the teachers and all the students. So we reverted again to the CAT and the end term exams.
In the humanities, history and theory have been at the top, slightly followed by geography. But in last year's KCSE, things took a turn. It was geography's turn to be up. They had at 9.6, history was also at around 9.4. Then CRE, there's generally been a drop nationwide, but we still rank amongst the best in this country. We were still at 7.8.
We have various types of strengths. We start from recruitment, where we ensure that we recruit the best when we are given a chance to incorporate a teacher in our department. A number of times when we have a vacancy, we source for the best regarding the history of the teacher and the results at high school. And this makes sure that we have a hard-working teacher who is well acquainted with the knowledge of mathematics.
We have seen great development in the Department of English and Library. As a subject, we have moved from a mean of 6 to a mean of 10 in the last few years.
Home science has been doing so well. And in fact, it's only 1 year that we had a negative deviation. In the last 10 years, we've been doing well. And hopefully this year, our target is 10.85, which I believe is achievable.
In the last 2 years, we have had maths at position 5 and 4. We are still optimistic of making mathematics becoming the best subject in the school. We are working with a team of well-trained teachers because we also take our teachers through a mentorship program that is not just ending at employing a teacher and allocating a class, but goes a step further to do mentorship to the extent that we believe that anybody who is present at the department is able to do what the head of subject can do and what the head of a department can do.
We are working hard and hoping that we are going to get again the mean of 9 or 10, going by the vision of the school to be the best performing girls' school in the Republic. That is what we are working for, so that even as a subject, we become the best performing girls' school in English in the whole Republic.
The year 2016, we dropped to 7.86 and we were position 9 in the country. Because that year, Mangu High School was the best in the country. Then the year 2017, the long-awaited journey had to be realized with a mean score of 9.61, 81 A-planes. That is position 1 in Kenya. That is the time the country was shaken and we were able to be the best.
We are very grateful to the current principal for all the efforts in terms of infrastructure and academic development. Asumbi I can know and I'm aware quite well. I was one time top 10 in the nation.
In 2015, we were the best, I think, in Homa Bay County. 2014, we were the best girls' school nationally. In 2016, we were the second best girls' school in Nyanza region. In 2017, I think we were again the best girls' school in the region. And then in 2018, again, we were the best girls' school in Nyanza region.
This school has had a very rich history in academics. At one point, we were the best girls' national school in 2015. And our vision and mission this year is to achieve school mean target of 9.3 And also, it's the year we are having the biggest candidature of 405 students since 1989. What drives us in this school is determination and teamwork.
The performance has been quite good. And like last year, we were the best girls' school in the region. This year, we are even praying and working towards being better, so that we are not just best in the region, but we are looking at a time when we shall be best in the nation.
We are moving into the right direction. As you can see, there are a lot of changes that have taken place in school. We have new buildings, but I think this one will be accompanied by good results that are yet to come. But we are now assuring the general public that come next year, we will be a force to reckon with.
By all means, we really wish that the syllabus can end as early as Form 3, so that they have enough time for the revision for the KCSE.
We first of all insist in having a good foundation by starting at their KCPE and building the bridge from that place, and therefore creating a good working relationship and rapport with the students at Form 1, making sure that there is a continuation from primary into secondary school, and instilling confidence all the way up to the moment that the students can be able to roll out.
Syllabus coverage, like the Form 2s, they do aprons, and they have done so beautiful aprons. Maybe you can have a look at a few maybe later on. The Form 3s do their own skirts, which they have done, but the 2019 did it in Form 4 first term.
We have several programs that we put in line to help the students achieve the set objectives. Our strengths include the teachers that have trained to become examiners in the department. We have examiners in paper 1, myself, and we have an examiner in paper 2 and also in paper 3.
Cookery, we've always had our practicals, and the girls have really enjoyed. They have a lot of skills in culinary. Yes, so they do their best to come up with very good dishes, which they eat, they display, and also share out with their friends.
The performance in art depends a lot on the creativity of a child. Basically, that is why it varies from one class to another. You get that in a year when you have very creative students, you'll get very good results. In a year when you have apparently not very creative students, then the results may go down, because art is purely practical.
For what purpose? Storage. You can also see that they are thin-walled. From the cortex, we have that bar that forms the what?
On the y-axis, there is pressure. Pressure against what? So when you will be plotting, you have now to plot the exact points.
These teachers are able to work as a team to improve the performance of biology, so that most of our students can achieve their career, that is medicine.
Creative subjects, that is a subject that is like hands-on.
Chemistry is still okay because most members are still working, and this is like it is a culture in the school, and we believe that this culture will be maintained even if members who are currently in the department are supposed to or have to leave.
This is a school, as I've just said, that has made tremendous steps in the academic world, in the development of many people. And for your information, Mrs. Onyuka, who was one time a commissioner at Teacher Service Commission, is an alumni of this institution.
We have different projects according to classes. So we have projects that are done in Form 1, some that are done in Form 2, Form 3, and Form 4. And we also have among the 3 papers that we have in the national exam,
a project paper, which is art paper 3.
This year, the students looks motivated, and we hope for the best in the year 2019, because we are known with all their odd years. 2017, we were the best. Maybe possibly 2019, the country might be shaken again.
Our school anthem talks about being the best girls' school in the nation. That is what we are working towards. The students I have in Form 4 are up to the task. The teachers are more united than they are at this time, and therefore I am very sure that this dream is going to be true.
Toya is Teacher of the Year Award, which is done from the sub-county level, county, regional, and the national level. And this is an award which is given to the best teachers, and these teachers are all round. Teacher who is able to achieve the academic standards, and the teacher who is able to be involved in the community service, like the tree planting. And these are the teachers who are somehow have the uniqueness, what makes them to be unique and different from other teachers.
I also want to thank the Africa Union for honoring me with this kind of prize. And to the Asumbi fraternity, I want to thank you, the principal, the teachers, the student, and the former students who gave me the moral support. I also want to thank my family. I hope they are here.
This is presented to Eric Adema for emerging the AU Continental Teacher 2019. Congratulations on your achievement.
I've also managed to put up, or not really put up, let me say extend the office block, the extension which you can see probably behind me, so that the accounts clerk and the bursar, and a good corridor to the principal's office. Good morning, sister. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
How was your night?
It's okay.
Good.
Welcome.
Did somebody come here yesterday? Sister? Sister, just come.
Different clubs and societies in the school have formed part of a system that works well to encourage the development of talents alongside brilliance in the classroom.
They are divided into companies, but for me, I'm in the multi-holistic one where we deal entirely with beadwork. Yeah, like this is an example of what we made. For example, this is a table mat and a key holder. This is a coaster, and this is a serviette holder. As a club, we help to nurture youthful talents. Like we come up with various ideas on how we can build up people's talents. So we are hoping to sell them next year. And also, we made for the principal pencil holder. Yeah, for holding her pencils and Bibles. That's why we actually started with our projects. Now we just sell our small products around school, like our key holders for 150 or 50. We are thankful to the principal very much because she's allowed us to do our business within the school. I'm really thankful to Karosha because actually the club, she loves the club so much. The beads are all her money, not actually from the club. Our former head, Karosha, she used to take us to the ICT room where she used to teach us how to start our own page, how to commercialize our products and all that. And with the help of our teacher, Madam Mamala, we're going somewhere. We can do this in 3 hours. Then this can take probably 2 days. This person is holder. But for a key holder, it can even take 10 minutes. I really thank the administration, the principal, our 2 sisters, and our club patron for allowing us to have this chance to build our club. It's not everywhere you get somewhere where you can nurture your talents as a group of children who are trying to grow. So yeah, this is a very good opportunity for us.
As the school president, I am the chair for the Students' Council Club, that is the prefect's body. So I simply ensure that the school is running even without the teachers' help, that the students are well managed, and practically the school is in order.
As the name depicts, the Secretary General, I'm the one who takes minutes in all our cabinet meetings. Yes, I also help the chairperson. I am like the deputy chairperson. So I help in running the school. I'm the one who organizes how the prefect's body will work. I help in organizing the prefects on duty. I schedule the week. And yes, I help in organizing any other event that will be taking place in the school.
The prefect's body has 67 captains. To manage the council, we have a cabinet of 7 members. So each cabinet represents a specific area. Like for example, I stand for the top 5, the Pentagon. So the top 5 are the chairperson, the Secretary General, and the 5 main cabinet members, who is for the environment, the boarding section.
We are very good friends. We were friends before getting into the cabinet. But what has really bonded us is the fact that we have to work together. And when you work with someone for so long, you just have to develop a good working relationship, a nice atmosphere so that you guys can communicate with each other. So we were friends before, but much of the building of our relationship has taken place in the cabinet.
As a chairperson, as a privilege first, I am a member of the board for the school. So I sit with the board members to represent the students. I give out the views from the students to ensure that that board is equal. Not only the teachers are represented, but also the student who is the member of the school.
Part of leadership is losing friends and gaining them. So I have lost a number of friends, maybe because those friends who are against you being so strict or so into the rules. So you lose these friends who you were always there when you're doing maybe something that is against the school rules. But now you see, as a leader, you have to be a role model. So when I have to show an example, you lose those friends along the way. And I have gained so many friends as well, because leadership is character building. So each and every day I meet new characters. So the new characters I meet, I get to make new friendships, new bonds.
As now the whole prefect council, yes, we have first a trip in the first of the term. We go to Alliance Girls National School for a summit. That's a conference. So in that summit, we are simply taught on how better
we can make ourselves to become better leaders. We get to also go to another place. Like this year, we have gone to Lake Nakuru National Park, and it is simply a privilege, a nice one.
The greatest lesson I've learned about leadership is that it is service. No, it's not always about making the commands. At times, it just you have to like humble yourself and get to the listening. So the greatest lesson I've learned from leadership is that you have to serve others with humility and you give whatever you're doing all your best.
Thank you, God, for building our confidence. In us, God, is day by day. God, our Father. Integrity. Is our motto.
Assigning prefects on duty is a cooperation. So we sit as a cabinet, that is a cabinet of 7 members, and decide that on week 2, 7 prefects will be on duty. So we assign 7 cabinet members, 7 prefects. So when we are assigning our duties, we have prefects for each and every area in the school. So we make sure that every week the prefect in charge of that particular area is on duty. And then we also have 1 cabinet member, that is a cabinet secretary, to be in charge of the prefects on duty that week. So basically, before the week begins, we make a schedule. We tell them what is expected of them. And at the end of the week, we make a report of what was done that week and what should be improved in the next week. So it's basically a cooperation.
The Friday assembly is first a whole students assembly. No teacher speaks at that assembly. So it's an assembly that we have to prepare for a whole week. So we have to consult all the captains. We do that in our meeting. So the captains give us ideas on what we could do at that assembly. Then we get down also to the students who also share their ideas. Then by the end of Wednesday, we'll have chosen the club to actually represent themselves. We choose also a prefect on duty. We choose maybe a cabinet member. Then the Secretary General is Shuabet, and then also I. As the school president, the events that mainly I participate in could include the contests. So maybe I'll simply ask the students to ensure they maintain order. Then personally, I really loved to organize the last year's Prayers Day. So for the 2018 whole Prayers Day, we did it as a new prefect council, and that is something I had to chair.
May I take this chance to introduce the theme of this day, the prayer day. It is Philippians chapter 4, verse 13, which says, I can.
Mighty God, have mercy on us, forgive us our sins, and bring us to everlasting life. Amen. As servants who have done nothing on their own but yours and on your own. We ask you, Almighty God, to.
As Bishop has indicated that many people are praying for you and also pray for others. As they pray for you, pray for them. Otherwise, may God bless Asumbi.
Okay, thank you. Okay, because being the patron of such a school, you play the role of a father and even far beyond. You play the role of a daddy. I'm your daddy. Understand? Okay, so don't be afraid. Wherever you are, say hello.
And it was a great opportunity to do that.
You should believe in yourself. No matter what people say, it takes a lot of courage, a lot of self-confidence to do anything you aspire to be. So my greatest message to people out there will be, believe in yourself in whatever you do. Don't listen to negative vibes in your life. So if you believe in yourself enough to go for what you want, then you'll get it. But if you keep listening to the negative vibes around you, then you're never going to get to where you want to be. So yes, just believe in yourself.
Our greatest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our greatest fear is that we are powerful beyond limit. That is something that I have come to realize when I have been in this school. So we can actually realize our power when we are in the right environment. And Asumbi Girls provided that exactly for me. And I have done so much that I cannot actually believe I had in me. So to all the girls outside there, we have to ensure that we do not die before we bring out what we were supposed to be. And that only happens in the best of environments.
Formally accept the Goodwill Success message from Her Excellency Honorable Dr. Ida Betty Odinga. Listen to how the girls are excited. Receive greetings from Mama Dr. Ida Betty Odinga. There are few students who've been taking too long to think of them being leaders, so they drop papers either through the window, under the doors. There's always deadline to everything. So the list has been compiled. Your teachers will go through them. They will vet the names before you are given for final elections. So that will be the procedure, and we'll even involve, we will let you know what is happening at each and every stage. So remain expectant.
And then I wish to invite the former prefects to come forward. We'll show that you participated in this school actively. Can we clap for them once again?
Before you this wonderful morning, want to give thanks, glory, and honor to our Lord and our Creator who has given us the chance to live once more. We don't take it for granted, and for that, He deserves all glory and honor. I want to give thanks to the Asumbi Girls fraternity for giving us the chance to serve in this term 2019-2020. All we ask from you is cooperation and prayer. May you accept us, may you embrace us, and may you help us to serve you.
And may you bless them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. The Lord be with you. And with your spirit. May He bless you and protect you, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Go in peace and mercy is ended. Have a good day.
The favorite clubs in Asumbi Girls, number one will be the journalism club. So journalism club simply gives us a report on how the school has run for a week, and they do it in a very amusing manner. So we get to enjoy the assembly actually. Then second will be the drama club. So drama club simply expresses life in Asumbi Girls in their acts, which is an amazing experience. We get to laugh and yeah. Then maybe the last club will be the Junior Achievers Club. So Junior Achievers Club works to actually bring out the creativity of our students, and it is in this club that many of the students have actually developed for the future in entrepreneurship and all of that.
And what are you doing with the money? We actually use this to achieve more stuff so that we will just do okay. So Junior Achievers Club. Look. And you also chose the colors of the school, eh? Yes. Yeah, this is very beautiful. I love it. So make sure that you keep the club running, yeah? And continue with such as you're waiting to get your results, isn't it? Yes. Listening. And that is what the new curriculum is all about. That the students should be able to do things using their hands. So